I just saw the weirdest movie I have ever seen in my life. So weird that it took me 2 days to finally think of what to say in this review, and that was Midsommar. What's going on, everybody? This is Ryan A. Polk with the wrap up, and like I said, Midsommar is the weirdest movie I have ever seen in my life, but it was also a good movie. Now, this movie is directed by Ari Aster, who is also the man behind Hereditary, which was a movie that was also weird as hell and also fucked up at the ending. But on this one, I guess he decided to take things up a notch. He wanted to make things fucked up from early beginning towards the end of the movie. And in this movie, you got a group of college kids who are going to this festival. It's this festival that happens every 90 years, and they later find out that, okay, they are involved in some cult shit. And when I had saw the trailer for this, it had interest me. It had interest me. I mean, even though I wasn't really too big of a fan of Hereditary, I didn't really enjoy that much. I did want to see this movie because of how, because I was curious to see what was going to happen, because something didn't seem right. And when I saw that the guy who made Hereditary did this, that's when I was like, okay, yeah, it's definitely something going on, and it's something weird. It is not something normal, and I was definitely right. I mean, this movie was just like, despite it being so weird, and with it being so good, I mean, I did not I did not want to get up and leave the theater at all to go, and because I was so curious. I was afraid of missing something. It's like when I had to go use the bathroom and stuff. I mean, I really did not want to go get up. And then when I came back, I did, what I did, what most people who go with friends do, go ahead, spoil what I had missed. But I didn't miss much from when I did go. And but yes, that's how interesting the movie was. And also this movie, though, the acting in this movie was good. The storyline with this movie was good. I enjoyed this more than I did Hereditary because of how everything went, and how the way the story had went on with this, and what was going on in the movie was just interesting. I mean, there was even some parts where we was laughing. But I will say this, though, and not to spoil nothing, but the movie, it does have some scenes where, okay, it is dragging. It does drag. You're wondering, okay, what's going on, man? When is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? Or, dude, what's going to happen to this character? And even when it was dragging me, I'm not going to even lie. When on some of the parts where it was dragging, I was getting a little bit sleepy, but I didn't even want to go to sleep because I was afraid of what I was going to miss. Because this was one of those, and this was also one of those movies where, okay, it wasn't scary, but you think about the character, it's scary for the character, when you see these type of horror movies, and that's what I kept on thinking about, because what was going on in this movie was definitely terrifying. This is a nightmare for the character. Where okay, say if you were the character in this situation, this was more terrifying. This situation for the character is more terrifying than the sunken place from Get Out. I mean, it's that fucked up. I mean, yes, it's really okay, dude, why the hell did they even come here? Dude, they never should even have came here. They should even have came to this festival. There was no turning back. And then that was also, and then that's what I kept on thinking. Okay, once they go to this festival, it is no turning back. I mean, there is going to be, they're going to have to go through hell to probably escape if they want to get out of here, because it was just so okay, it had you on the edge of your seat too, in a way, wondering okay, yes, I mean, this is also terrifying, but what happened to this character when something terrifying had happened to him or her? And Midsommar, I will say that Midsommar is also not on the shitty list of movies for 2019. I do think that this guy I mean, I never heard of him until when he did Hereditary. Well, I never had heard of this director until when they did Hereditary. And um, will I ever see another movie by this director? Probably so, because I mean, it's pretty much to say that like this director, when this director does his movies, it's yeah, it's fucked up in the movies. And Midsummer also, I do, the Midsummer, for the character, for like the cast that they chose, it was a good cast. That, I mean, like I said, the acting was good. The way how, things was acting all weird and stuff, with the people acting weird at the festival, they did a good job acting. And just with everything that was thought of in this movie was just interesting. And even like I said, the movie is so weird, but yet, you're not, I don't think you're not going to even be bored by it. I mean, you may be bored with it a little bit when it drags, but still, overall, you're gonna want to know what happens, and you're not gonna want to be distracted, which is also something else. Before I wrap this up, if when you do go see this movie, if you haven't seen this movie, definitely need to pay attention to it. Like, don't text, don't be on social media, and don't fall asleep, because you need to have like all eyes on the screen and all ears listening when you're watching this movie. So I give after so much thinking with this, I give Midsummer a B. And out of 5 stars, I give it 3 out of 5 stars. And should you go see it? Yes, go see it, because it's one of those. Because it's one of those movies where, like, okay, like, wow, this is like really, really messed up. Okay, I wasn't even expecting all of this. I wasn't expecting a movie like this. So go see it if it's still playing in theaters in your area. And until then, this is Ryan A. Polk with the wrap up, signing off.